Good evening. It's Lisa, and it's time to take an evening balance break. For me, this is reminiscent of the reason that I started going live every day with Take a Balance Break. It's at the start of COVID and sheltering in place. I went live each morning for breath work, as I still do. And at the time, for probably about a year and a half, went live each evening just to close the day. So we're kind of getting back to the basics this week. Thanks for joining me. This week we'll be gently moving and bringing ourselves into ease and calm, letting the body come back to these positions of restoration, a place where our body can sleep well, a place where our bodies can heal. And there's a rhyme and reason to how our bodies move. Our spines like to move in a certain order, and they like to calm down and come out of movement in a certain order as well. So let's start today. I'm going to start seated on these bolsters. I've got a couple bolsters with me, a very long one and a shorter one. Just going to keep myself propped up. I've also brought a couple of blocks. When it comes to restoration, people often say you're holding positions for a long period of time. That's not true at all. You want to be held in those positions. Very little work. Be held in the position that you choose. Start legs crossed or whatever's available to you. I'm going blocks underneath shins or knees so that my legs can work minimally. Find a nice upright posture. Nice deep breath in through your nose. Exhale with that audible sigh. And then begin breathing gently in through your nose and out through an imaginary straw. Allow your body to hear those instructions on repeat. Gently in through your nose, out through an imaginary straw. The intention is ease. The invitation towards that comes by way of breath. Gently in, out through an imaginary straw. As you do that, see if you can allow your body to let your eyes come into a steady gaze, even when your eyes are closed. Invite all of the muscles of your face to relax. And check in with the structures within your mouth, allowing them to fall into a position of ease. Tongue off the roof of your mouth, jaw unclenched. Throat non-constricted, unrestricted. When your breath has slowed significantly, somehow your body will know to breathe all through your nose, both in and out. Your body will come back to the sigh quite frequently. And whenever your mind wants, you can come back to the imaginary straw and re-invite yourself to ease. Without work, breathing in and out. And after you notice your next inhale, start to bring your chest up, your back into a bit of extension. As you notice the exhale, allow the body to slouch again. Breath precedes movement. So when you notice an inhale, then start to move your body into extension. Start to exhale and then allow your body to fall gently into flexion. On your own time, it's inhale and move into extension. Exhale, allow the body to move into flexion, the spine here. Exhales are generally longer, so allow your body to move with the breath. 2 more on your own time. When you finish your second exhale, enter in a bit of flexion. It's head heavy, chin towards chest. And a gentle stretch in your neck or back would be appropriate. Nothing too significant though. Stop just shy of that stretch. And then rise back up to neutral. Chest gently lifted. Little bit of a sway in the lower back. Ischial tuberosities or your butt bones grounded into the floor, the pillow, whatever you're on. Let's bring hands to your side, floor or pillows, and get a gentle bobble left and right. Go in through this rather slowly. It's a lateral flexion, a side bend, without any rotation. So watch that the shoulders don't slope forward. Chest stays up and it's side to side. Go at the pace that you like, even dropping your ear towards your shoulder on that side. Face still looks forward, so it's the lateral line of the body that gets a little bit of stretch. Really just checking in with the mobility of your spine here. Back to neutral. One quick extension and flexion. Back to neutral. And so as not to use your arms, you can bring your hands right into heart center any way you want. Gently get a rotation right and left. Check in with your breath. You should have clear breathing throughout, perhaps rather rhythmically, like your body's moving. Let your eyes go just a little farther over the shoulder each time now. Again, just mobilizing the spine, checking in with the mobility. Back to center, gentle side to side. Center, extension, flexion. As you come to upright, I'll invite you to bring your legs out in front of you just a little bit. I'm elevated about 4 inches on a block, so this makes this posture particularly comfortable. Can be done on the floor. But you can sit on bolsters, sit on blocks. You can even do this sitting in a chair if you like. The first part of the work is just hanging forward until something, hands, touch the floor in front of you. If you happen to be in a chair, might want to keep your elbows on your knees for a little bit if your back's particularly temperamental today. When something can touch the floor, go ahead and relax into the floor. The other option here is bringing the floor up to meet you, putting blocks down. And then you're in a forward fall. We'll talk about moving into the autumn season, easing into fall, falling into ease. That place of letting go and letting gravity do the work for you. Head can drop. It would be appropriate to feel a stretch here, somewhere between your lower back, top of the pelvis, all the way up the back into the base of the skull. Any place there is an appropriate place to feel stretch. You may feel a little inner thigh stretch here, but if you're feeling a pinching in the hip joint, gently move your legs out a little farther and then fall forward again. Check in with your breathing. Use the straw if you need to be re-invited to ease. And of course, if you're too far forward, having difficulty breathing, the stretch is getting to be quite big, back off. Ease into the fall. Check in eyes, steady gaze, even when they're closed. Face relaxed. Structures within your mouth at ease. And some of you know that it's actually nice to hold your head here instead of having your big heavy head dangling. Sometimes just bringing your hands up. My elbows are resting upon blocks, resting my head in my hands. Allows me to feel a little more relaxed in the back. My neck muscles don't have to work quite as hard. As you're ready, use your hands to push yourself back up. Check in with a little flexion and extension. Really extension and flexion. Little side bends. Even a little rotation. We'll prepare to move into a variation of Savasana, or final resting posture. I'm up on a significant length of bolster here because I'm a little tall. Sometimes one bolster works for you. If you're doing this on the floor, that's also fine. If you're resting on something, I'd like it if you made sure that your pelvis, and then when you lie back, your head all land on bolsters. You don't want your head hanging off at this point. We'll start with knees flexed, feet flat on the floor. And in this position, perhaps you can see that there's still a gentle sway, that normal lumbar curve in my lower back. My pelvis is dropped a little bit. If I were on the floor, sometimes there's this thought that we have to press our lower back into the floor. You don't really want to do that at all. You want the natural curves of the body to be able to fall into place. You're going to get a little of that side bend, which looks like a wiggle here. And then I'm going to turn my toes in just a little bit and bring my knees in. You can decide how far apart your feet like to be. That's just take some work out of the hips and thighs. It's actually a very low stress position for the muscles of your lumbar region, those core muscles. Palms up. We'll just begin right here. Check in with your breath. Ideally, your breath would still be at ease, gently in through your nose. The exhales quite naturally being about twice as long as the inhale. Bring yourself back to that with a straw. And what we're looking for here is a lot of nothing. Sometimes when we lie down, our lower backs finally get the relief. They're not carrying our bodies, our computer bags, our children around. They finally get to release a little bit. And in this position right now, I can feel my lower back kind of glad that it's the end of the day. We're looking for a place where there is no sensation though. So if you're still feeling that in your lower back, allow your body this much ease. If you are perfectly comfortable there, not just comfortable enough or being able to withstand the discomfort, when your body is comfortable, go ahead and extend one leg. If your back is still fine, you can extend the second leg. Now I'm elevated, so my feet are behind me. I'm in a bit of supported back bend right here. Feet and knees are behind me. Check in, lower back. If suddenly that made your pelvis tilt too far forward, you'll want to bend your knees back up. Another option, and I'm going to come to seated, is to put the blocks a little bit under your knees. So they are held in that gentle bend. Again, knees bent, but I don't have to work to hold them there. That is also advisable if you're feeling any discomfort in your knees at all. Sometimes that knee left fully extended can be difficult on the knee. So check in, lower back, should be feeling nothing. If you're feeling something, bend the knees a little bit more. Knees should be feeling nothing. And we're going neither for contraction nor stretching, that middle ground of position of ease. Checking again, breath. Eyes, face, and mouth. And then see what you notice on your body. You might choose to do a gentle scan of your body. No particular order is necessary. As you scan that body part, see if it's begun to work. I noticed that my left shoulder was starting to hike up a little bit. I noticed that I was still holding my knees in, so I let them go. Still supported on the blocks. May notice feet getting heavier. And as the feet get heavier, there'll be a pull. You'll feel that your legs will almost be getting longer. Your feet and knees are indeed behind you. I'm going to get rid of one block. But if I'm elevated, feet and knees behind me, beneath me, may start to feel a stretch in the front of the hips, that superficial front line of the body. And if you're so inclined, you can change your arm position. I will bring my arm closest to the camera, out to a T. That may indeed cause a stretch on the superficial tissue. The pecs, you may choose to bring it more like a Y, different fibers of the pecs, but find a place where the body can relax. A gentle stretch would almost make it into a yin stretch, which is inappropriate. You get to decide, gentle stretch or restoration. Now you may choose to stay here for a lot of minutes. Sometimes we say, oh, postures should be held for 4 to 6 minutes. It's a final resting position, final resting pose. This might be a posture that you sit in for 20 minutes, or it might be the position that you decide to fall asleep in. There's no need for you to move, or if there is no need for you to move right now, stay right where you are. I'm going to come back to seated. Just to do that final check-in with you. Breath. That invitation by breath will allow you to access your vagus nerve, that nerve that's responsible for bringing us into ease and calm, that parasympathetic state. And that breath will get you 80% of the way there. We had 3 other check-ins that will assist. Eyes, steady gaze, even when they're closed. Muscles of your face relaxed. Structures within your mouth at ease. And if you need to move, if you need to complete your time here, one more gentle inhale together. Exhale with that audible sigh, marking the completion of your practice for today. Thanks for joining me on this day, whether you're live or on recording. I hope you'll be back for the rest of the week.